Bulletproof Traders, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in action. Sunday morning today, and this is our market overview and portfolio breakdown for the day. I want to talk about our positions. I'm going to break them down, and of course, as a result, we're going to get also that market overview in general. So let's go right ahead, dive in. We're talking about 5 active positions. Now, I already gave you the heads up a couple of days ago and also yesterday when I was talking about our conviction on the market. We flipped over. We're now fully bearish, right? We were bullish for a bit, short term. Now our bearish conviction had been activated, and it's not just short term. It's both short term and long term. All right, so that's probably the key difference between our recent bullish conviction to this current bearish conviction. All right, I want to start with Binance. Also, you can check the Binance on the crypto trade of the day. Very fresh, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you can see we have 2 trades in, 1 full lot, and we're aiming at 645. That's the big one. Short term, that's the short term target. Later down the road, we're going to start incorporating much more ambitious targets on the downside. We're talking about 610, and we're talking about 535. That's the big picture situation. I see here a tipping point that will lead potentially to a full-fledged downside reversal. This is why 535 is a key support and the target. Long-term perspective, the Binance can go all the way to 4075, right? That's probably going to be our final destination long-term perspective. This is how it looks like from the monthly perspective. Check this out. Here's the pullback of 678, and I see a continuation of this pullback to 645 by the end of the month. So we have a week, and from that point forward, a complete full-fledged downside reversal, potentially even chasing the previous major low from August 2024. Level was 400. So yeah, a lot of downside potential. Second one is Stellar. Stellar had failed to break 3194, and also on its way down after that rejection, it made it slightly below the trigger level, which is 2864 and also 2839. So right now, as we speak, pricing is cracking both of these trigger levels, which is why you can see we pulled the trigger twice already. But yeah, a move to 2445 here, 2441 is growing to be more likely by the day. Obviously, we have that tariff war situation inflamed again, so that would put a lot of pressure, downside pressure on the market in general. But this is where we think the Stellar is going, right? Back to 2441 and 2321. Our profit target officially is at 2441. So yeah, so that's the Stellar. Ripple is the next one. It looks like it's caving in, right? It couldn't break above 42.37. Let me remove the purple system. I think it's irrelevant at this point. This is what it was here, right? Price action trying to, basically slicing 242.37 without really breaking it. And now the turnaround. So I see a quick move back to 205.88. Let's call it 206. So we're going to try to build up that position as long as price action is advancing towards that area. All right, that was the third position. Fourth, Bitcoin Cash. We already took profit here because we got in pretty strong right from the get-go. So there was a lot of profit. We had a 1 full lot, right? So I decided to take the profit out yeah, bank on that profit and reestablish that position, but half size. So right now 50, half a lot, the position size on the Bitcoin Cash. I just want to make sure it's going to close the daily bar below 420. Once we secure that breakdown with a daily close, we're going to double up and get back to that full lot. We're chasing 389 short term. Later down the road, once that level, once price action starts to break through below 378 here, there's a long way to 304. So like I said, we have the short-term strategy, but we also have a longer-term strategy. Both are aligned in a nice bearish conviction. Last is Solana. Here it's only short-term. We don't have a long-term game plan for the Solana. So we're starting to close in on target 165.35 and previous low at 159. We have 2 trades in, $30,000 worth of position on the Solana. Next in line, Litecoin. We just need to make sure, we need to secure that breakdown below 97.12 and 95.63, hopefully today. And then Chainlink, right? Chainlink, about to smash the 15 level. Once it starts to crack 15 here, 14.99.9, that's where we're going to take action. We're going to start chasing 12.81. We've been there before, and I think we're price action is on its way there. You can see this is a fresh forecast that I made on the Solana. You can check it out on the home page. It's very interesting stuff. Actually, this is not new. This is the second follow-up forecast on the Chainlink, where in the previous forecast we talked about 16.95 being a massive key resistance and a potential inflection point if it was gonna be broken, but it didn't. It held its ground, and now I see a downside reversal back to, like I said, 12.81 and maybe even lower, 11.52, and maybe even lower than that, because price action is coming from a definite high, but it didn't establish a definite low. A definite low would only happen once price action starts to reach the very lowest low, the previous major low, which was 803 back in August 2024. Now, I'm not suggesting it's going to go all the way there, but I think that's the downside potential. For now, we're just waiting for the green light to jump into position. We'll probably replace a short-term bearish campaign that we have on the Solana. It's going to get out, and Binance potentially also going to get out. So we're going to replace those two, hopefully, if everything goes well, of course, with a short position on the Chainlink and a short position on the Litecoin. I don't like having more than 5 or 6 positions at a time. That's kind of a rule of thumb, because then you get lost in too many positions, right? And it becomes also pretty risky. So yeah, that's how I view the market at this point in time, at this moment. Interesting stuff indeed. We will come back to this follow-up and we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, guys, I want to wish you a great trading week ahead of us. See you in the next video. Take care.